Right, we're warming up, okay? But before we warm up, we're going to mobilise ourselves using the big three. Warming up means get up off your backside and stand up, please. That includes you, Anya, unless you're, oh, yep, your connection hasn't frozen. Hurry up. Good, lying on the floor there with your head in your hands. What is this? So we're going to get ourselves down. I think some of you forget that I can see you. We're going to walk down, get into that full press up position, bring the hands nice and close together, feet roughly shoulder width apart. That's your generic stance. By all means, play around with it. And then all I'm going to do is keep my hands and my feet where they are. I'm going to lift my hips up, and then push back. So I'm trying to push those heels down while pushing those hips back. So straight away, you're going to feel that stretch running up the back of your legs, from the calves, hamstrings, into the glutes. Once you've stabilized your position, I want you to then push the hands away from you. So you're trying to get those arms nice and straight, and then push the chest and upper body towards the ground. Now, you're going to look different person to person. It just depends on your mobility and flexibility and where it's at. The hardest bit for most people is getting that upper back nice and straight, okay? So that's where you'll probably feel a lot of tightness. So I want you to work through that tightness. Don't give into it. Hold, push further and further and further. And then we're going to bring the feet closer together. And all I'm going to do is just drop those hips down. But before I put too much strain on my lower back, I'm going to push up through the arms, point that nose as high as I can. Feel the stretch running up the core, up the chest, shoulders, and the neck especially, okay? So we can get that neck. So I'm trying to keep a bit of tension on my glutes so that I'm not putting too much strain on my lower back, but we are still overextending the spine purposely to try and stretch everything out, okay? But it's done in a safe and controlled manner. Or it should be. It should be. Absolutely should be. Right, okay? So now, push through, push through, push through. I'm not just holding a lazy position here. There is a bit of tension. And then I'm going to bring my feet back to shoulder width apart, and I'm returning back into that original position. But this time I'm feeling a little bit, oh, who's that now? See these people? See these people? Somebody turning up for the first time here. Jeez, oh, we're running a strict regime here. Right, okay, so just because I stood up, you don't. Get back up, hold that position, push through, push through, push through. There we are, and then we're going to drop down one more time. Okay, we're going to drop down one more time. I'm trying to record the warm-ups here, and I'm running backwards and forwards like a yo-yo. Good. Pushing up through. Fantastic. I hope no one's turned up expecting. People that have been doing the live workouts for a wee while. Thursday's usually a low intensity night. We're not doing that. Just in case you're here for an easy night. Oh no. So I'm going to push back up. Okay, I'm holding that position, and when I say go, I want you to keep your legs straight and locked out and walk those hands towards the feet. Go for it. Now, when you get to that sticking point, that's your own personal sticking point, I want you to work through it rather than just give up and stand up. Work through it, feel the stretch, pause at the worst part, and then release. Okay, standing up. People have stood up already. There we are then. Right, so we're going to bring the feet together, knees together. Knees are soft. Stand up tall, so fix your posture here. If you're feeling a bit rounded of the shoulder, get the shoulder blades pulled together, stand up tall and proud, get your head looking forward, and then tuck that chin in. Feel that stretch running up the back of your neck into the upper back, and then all I want you to do is roll yourself up, okay, slowly. So I'm not trying to just go fast, okay, I want you to make the most. Each time you move, just try and tuck the chin in more, try and push the spine out more. Imagine you're trying to push the spine out of your back. Okay, you're stretching everything on the way down, trying to get yourself as tight as possible, and then eventually you're going to get to a point where you can't go any further, and that's where you're going to hold, tuck the chin in, try to straighten the knees out a wee bit, pull yourself in, pause, and then release slowly, but come back up the same way you went down, one vertebrae at a time. Shake it out, reset, and we're going to do number two. Okay, we're going to do the second one. So stand up tall, fix your posture, tuck that chin in. Okay, and if there's any portion of this stretch that you're doing and things are starting to feel pretty tight, work through it, okay? Don't give into it. Don't rush through it. And I'm tucking that chin in. There we go. Easy, easy. Just try to get everything nice and tight. Like a roll of toothpaste, squeezing out the last drop at the bottom. Try to get the best out of it and then release slowly. Fantastic, good, and then shake out. While we're in that position, let's get the knees warmed up. So knees together, feet together, same position. Hands on the knees, keep the feet flush on the floor, especially the heels, and I want you just to simply push through and then back up, okay? So we're starting off with nice, slow, easy mobility work. Focus on your breathing. Not that this is demanding, okay? It shouldn't be. Fantastic, good. So I'm pushing those knees forwards as far as I can, feeling a stretch in your ankles perhaps, it depends how tight they are. Good. But you've been following along, doing all the mobility classes and catch up religiously, because mobility is so important to you, isn't it? So we're feeling good, feeling very mobile in those ankles. Fantastic, good. And from here we're going to throw in the figure of 8, just because we can, for no other reason, side to side. While you're going backwards and forwards, paint the number 8 with your knees. Get those knees nice and loosened off and warmed up. Good. Right, it's better that you hold on to something. I'm not going to, because then I disappear. You're going to grab a hold of your laces, you're going to pull the knees together, and then you're going to squeeze the butt as hard as you can. When you squeeze the butt, you're going to feel the stretch up the front of your quads. And then I want you to relax the butt. Squeeze the butt as hard as you can, and then relax. So off and on, I want you to do a total of 5 quality contractions. So we're keeping the knees together, pulling that foot towards the butt, and then squeezing the butt through. That way, we don't end up doing this. Okay, so a lot of people, when they do this, they just put their back into a lot of overextension, especially if we're tight up there. Once you've done your 5, you're going to change legs. So grab a hold of the laces, pull the knees together, and then push through with the butt. So at the top of a glute bridge, you're squeezing the butt as hard as you can to contract the glutes and get a better exercise out of it. It's exactly what we're doing here. Focus on that breathing as you go. Right. Finally, let's open up the hips a little bit, okay? So, this morning's mobility class, if you're feeling this movement that we're about to do pretty damn tight and pretty uncomfortable, need I say anymore, load up number 74 and get it done. So I'm going to set myself up for the perfect squat, feet shoulder width apart. I'm going to drive those toes hard into the ground. Feel that pressure on the arch of the foot. That's what we're all about, okay? Get the muscle memory going. That's why I repeat myself, okay? I don't waste my breath. I want you to try and build up these movement patterns and get in the habit of doing them. So I'm going to squat down, the perfect squat that you can give me. And when things start to feel not so perfect, i.e. from the side, you start lifting those heels off, or you start bending forwards rather than continuing to bend the knee, probably because your ankles are tight. Pull the knees apart, hold that perfect position, whichever it feels like to you that things are starting to go downwards. Downwards? Not downwards, wrong. Elbows into knees, force the chest up. Get that stretch in at the groin and make the most of it, okay? If it's uncomfortable, good. It's a reminder that your mobility needs work. Fantastic. Good. If you feel yourself sitting like this, yep, you've got tightness in the ankles and tightness in the groin. Fantastic, good. So shake it out, we're going to do a second one. This one should be the confirmatory one. This is the one where we're getting down just a wee bit easier. So let's go for it. I'm going to squat down, pull my knees apart, pull them apart, elbows into knees, force the chest up. Good. If anybody drops connection tonight, okay, as in your broadband goes a wee bit dodgy and you end up getting kicked out, don't give up. But somebody was sitting in the waiting room for quite a wee while the other night because I forgot. You might, if you drop out completely, you might end up back in the waiting room, okay? But I'm conscious of it now. So stand up, stand up. There we go, fantastic, good. So swings, side swings, and toe touches. Warm up never changes, never changes. Maybe we may add things, okay, but we've refined it. It stays the same. Get my leg swings done. I'm holding on to something for a bit of balance so I can focus on keeping these pelvises, all of them. I want you to keep your pelvis nice and neutral, okay? And let that leg swing from the hip joint. Swing from the joint. Don't start swinging the pelvis around all directions. Keep it nice and neutral. Don't tilt it. Good. And then when that starts to feel good after roughly 10, change legs. Simple as that. Now, quite often or not with these leg swings, okay, people do them quite half-arsed. You just see this going on while they're looking about, okay? Put your focus into trying to swing it as high as you can and as far back as you can. And each swing, just go a wee bit further and then turn and face whatever you're holding for balance. Lean into it as opposed to just stand up and hold it. Lean into it, feel the weight in your arm, and then simply swing the leg across the body. Now, when you're doing the side swings, the leg that's on the floor, I always recommend you put the toes out roughly at 45 degrees because that'll help take away stress on your knee. So when you're swinging this leg across, all that force, if you're standing with your toes pointing straight into the wall, you'll feel that force in the knee and it doesn't feel too great. So stand with that foot pointing out, roughly about 10 o'clock, 45 degrees. Good, and then change legs. So good positive swings, taking it as high as you can and as far across, so we're not just focusing on the lift, we're focusing on the complete swing in both directions. Good. And then finally, let's get into some toe touches. Okay, now remember, stand up, feet shoulder width apart to begin with. Stand up tall and proud. I'm showing you side on so you can see what's going on. Trying to keep that good posture. So from here, from tailbone, tip to toe in my spine, okay, I'm trying to keep that as it is, as you see it now. And all I'm doing is pushing my hips back to touch the ground. If it's too tight and I can't touch the ground, so be it, okay? But I would rather you'd done that to lengthen out all those muscles in the posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, lower back. And when you're coming up, remember, what do you do with the glutes? What do you do with the glutes? Come on, I can lip read. Hit! You're damn right, you squeeze them, okay? Squeeze the glutes. Squeeze them when you come up and feel that lock out rather than sag the hips forward and put all that strain on the lower back. Now, if you're able to get down there, and even if you're not, take it to the point in which you feel maximum stretch, then break form to reach behind, which is going to bring that lower back into it a bit more and get a bit more of a dynamic stretch down towards the lumbar region of your back. Okay, all the while thinking hips back, hips back, hips back. Fantastic, good work on live. Get a wee sip of water if you need one, but don't turn it into a water break. Don't disappear into the kitchen for a wee cup of whatever. Stay where you are. If you don't have a water nearby, let's keep going. So I'm going to jog on the spot. Now look how I'm jogging on the spot. Not being cheeky here, or maybe I am, but look, the feet are coming off the floor, okay? Your camera might just show this. Yep, that's up to you. You might just be giving it this. Yep, nothing's happening down here. That's down to you. That's integrity, we call that, okay? But I want you actually getting the feet off the ground, but actually putting a bit of effort into getting them up. So it's almost like doing high knees, but I would say, what's that, about quarter of the way up, rather than this thing. I see this a lot, okay? Nothing's happening there. Trying to get the heart rate up. Don't be shy. Focus on your breathing. Big breath in. Good, and you can see my arms are moving. Trying to get my heart rate up here. Good. Right, we're going to start punching forwards, but nice flick of the fingers punches. Trying to keep everything relaxed up top here. Keep the shoulder girdle nice and relaxed. I don't want big, powerful punches. Focus on your breathing. Your heart rate's creeping up. Good. It's doing it right. Out to the sides. Out to the sides. Same thing. Full range. Lock the elbows out. Pull them all the way in. Good. Fantastic. Fantastic. And up towards the sky. Now look, the elbow, it's coming down underneath the hand all the way. I'm not giving it this. Yep. That's it. Good. Calm it down a bit and focus on the full range of movement rather than trying to go like this. That's a bit better. Good. Right, chest swings. Focus on quality chest swings. Okay, we're pulling those arms back. That imaginary resistance band. Pull it. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Feel those muscles in the upper back, back of the shoulders. Good. Fantastic. And then from the side, arms are down, straight, shoulder blades are pulled together. I'm going to come up, 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 and push through. Okay, so I'm trying to stretch out here. This is where most of these are going to feel a bit of tightness. In here, possibly here, okay? So don't give into it by submitting to this movement if things are tight. Try to push through. Keep the arms as straight as you can. Good. Jumping jack style arms. Pull the shoulder blades together. Pull them. Don't let those shoulders shrug. Fantastic. Focus on that breathing. Nicely done, everybody. Good. Right. Steady the feet there. Oh, shoulder shrugs. Shoulder shrugs forwards, nice and dynamic. I'm pulling up. Full range of movement. Trying to get those shoulders up to my ears and then back the way. Pull those shoulder blades together. Good. Fantastic. Come on, work with me here. Good. And then finally, we're going to work on the neck. So tuck the chin in. And I want you to make the biggest circles you can with my shoulders. Shoulders stay level. What I don't want you to do is this. Okay? I'm stretching the neck out. 2 full rotations. 2 anti-clockwise, 2 clockwise. Don't rush them. If your neck's feeling tight, try to get all that stretch out, but take your time. Don't rush it. Good. Warm-up's complete. We always do it on a Tuesday. It's Tabata Tuesday. Pretend it's Tuesday, okay? We're going for that format. Why? Because I like it. Short, sharp, high intensity. You're going to push yourself as hard as you can. The first exercise is simple. Spot sprints. Feet are coming off the floor. You're driving the arms. We're starting in 10 seconds. The second exercise, it's a rotational mountain climber, okay? Talk about them during the rest. 20 seconds work. 3, 2, 1, go. Now, this is a spot sprint, okay? Think high knees, but quarter knees. Move your arms. Look at my arms. It's no coincidence that I'm driving these arms fast because you're going to find that your feet go just as fast. Coordinated, okay? Focus on your breathing. It's meant to be tough. It's meant to get the heart rate up. Drive, 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 drive. And stay on the balls of the feet. 10 seconds, rest. Down into the full press up position, everyone. Butt squeezed, core squeezed. Pull the opposite the opposite knee to the opposite elbow. Like so, and then start speeding it up. Nice and dynamic. So I'm holding this full press up position. Do not let these hips come up. Focus on your breathing. Good. That's it on live. Come on, be a bit quicker. Back up to your feet. You've got 10 seconds rest. Nice and dynamic with these rotational mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1, spot sprints, we go. So it's 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. 10 seconds off isn't time to fart about. It's time to get set up for the next exercise. Get these arms moving, nice and fast. Good. We're not trying to hold back here. 3 seconds. Relax, down we go. The perfect position. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the core. No time to fart about. 3, 2, 1, go. So keep the core tight. Keep those hips down across the body. So it's just the same as a regular mountain climber, but we're bringing the opposite knee to the opposite elbow. Feeling that rotation in the core, stand up. You don't have time to fart about. Okay, because it's 20 on, 10 off, and it's 4-minute rounds, okay? So short and sharp. 3, 2, 1, go. Put your all into them. 4 minutes of work, okay? Not long. So don't try to save anything. The idea is 20 seconds. You're just about at that point where you're thinking, God, I don't think I can keep going. I'm gonna have to slow down. And then the buzzer goes. So push it hard, push it hard. Rotational mountain climbers. You'll feel the obliques firing up as we're crossing those knees over the body. Stand by, go. So when that buzzer goes, you're into the first rep, okay? You're not deciding where to put your hands. All you need to focus on is the 20 seconds that you're doing now. And putting your all into it, and then stand up. Great work, that's it now. Everybody's moving fast. Quick on these transitions. 3 seconds, this is the last one, believe it or not. Go, spot sprint. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Pretty sure it is. Drive, 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 drive. Good. Flying by. Must be having a good time. So it's not about trying to tempo it. It's not about trying to find your rhythm. You just go for it. So don't waste your time trying to. Down we go, full press up position. No time to rest, get the knees straight off, get straight into this position. That's us. And then from here, opposite knee to opposite elbow. Now if you're a beginner, slow it down by all means, but we're trying to be nice and dynamic. And it's tough, you'll feel this on your arms, as well as your core. Stand up tall, walk around, you get 60 seconds. Good work, okay, the first round is done. Believe it or not, that's circuit 1 of 4 finished already, okay? With 60 seconds rest in between. Now, I know there's new people filtering in and out. Should have said it at the start. Make sure you've got your screen somewhere where you can see me moving from here to lying down on the floor. And also you can see your screen no matter what position you're in, you can still see, okay? So we don't have to stop, but you'll learn that as we go. Some people have been doing it for nearly a year and they still can't work that one out. Right, cheeky bugger. Right, next exercises. We're starting in 30 seconds. It's a jumping jack, jump lunge. It's a jumping jack into jump lunge 1, jump lunge 2. Or beginners, you're simply going to do no jump in your lunge, okay? Now that doesn't mean to say you're a beginner just because you can't be bothered. If your jumping lunges aren't great, that's what you're going to do. Your second exercise is a diamond sit-up. Soles of the feet together, punch up, okay? Talk you through that one more. Stand by, jumping jack, jump lunge, jumping jack, jump lunge 1, jump lunge 2, feet together. Okay, we can really go for this one now. If your jumping jacks, if your jumping lunges aren't great, then you just do regular lunges, stepping forward rather than jumping. And when I say not great, I mean you're struggling to actually do them, not they're hard. Right, so I'm sitting down, soles of the feet squeezed together. This is the position we're in, it's a sit-up, go. Now with your soles of your feet squeezed together, your hip flexors at the top of your hips, they can't activate. So suddenly, the sit-up feels pretty hard. Now if you're failing, look at me now if you can see me, throw your arms up to help you up, but don't throw them up to the point where it's doing it for you, okay? So if you need to, throw your arms for momentum, but if not, fingertips on temples, okay? Stand back up. Really go for these, okay? Jumping jack, jump lunge 1, jump lunge 2. Now when you're doing your lunges, make sure you're stepping forward with that excessive step, okay? That big overpronounced step to make sure that when I'm at the bottom of my lunge, that front leg has a 90-degree bend in the knee. A lot of people do them wrong. They'll step quite narrow, okay? Put a lot of strain on their knee. Diamond sit-ups in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm up. Try to keep your fingertips on the temples. Do not put your hands behind your head. And if you need to, use momentum, but only if you need to. They should be tough, but can you hear my breathing? I'm trying to be explosive, I'm trying to be powerful. That's how they work. If you try to come up slowly with zero power, you're going to struggle, okay? So think fast, explosive, powerful movement. Jumping jack, jump lunge. Big lunge forwards, feet together into my jumping jack. Good exercise, okay? We can really go for it, but we focus on the best lunges we can possibly do. And a nice big graceful jumping jack, okay? So I'm not giving it this big dynamic one, please. Good. Whew. Right, diamond sit-ups. Flying through it tonight. Soles of the feet together, squeeze together, go. Let's hit it up. And I want you to make sure you're going all the way down and you're coming all the way up. Is in your elbows almost hitting your knees. Not your knees, your feet. All the way up, finish it off. Good work, 3 seconds already. Good. And stand up. Get ready for it. Big step forward with these lunges. Get the glutes into it. 3, 2, 1, go. And if you're really good, each time you do your lunges, lunge with opposite leg first. I'm showing you these side on so you can see the posture I'm after. Vertical body, proud chest. It's all in the legs. Keep that chest proud, don't lean forwards. Good. Catch your breath. Diamond sit-ups. Enough time to get down, plant the feet together, and then go. When the buzzer goes. Good. So if a bit more advanced, you're trying to keep your feet stuck to the ground, and you're trying to keep your fingertips on your temples. Power up. Beginners, you're just trying to get up there, but you're trying to get up there, not in an easy way, in a challenging way. So if you're doing them and you find them hard, okay, because they are hard for a lot of people, don't just throw your arms so it's coming up and it's just pure momentum getting you. We want to work these, okay? Halfway through tonight's circuits already, minus the finisher, which is all core, so it doesn't really count. Good, right, walk around, catch your breath. Next exercises, okay? This is space dependent. I'm going to show you what you're doing if you've got a bit more space like me, not that, you know, we've got that much space. And then I'm going to show you what you're going to do if you're in a very small 6x9 room or something. It's going to be like this, okay? We're going to do a burpee. And then I'm going to come up. This is slow motion. This is slow motion. I've landed soft knees, okay? And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. if I can, burpee. So see how I'm never actually coming up? Okay, I'm keeping all that weight bearing on the quads, it's gonna burn. Now, if you don't have enough room, you can knock that down to 2 or even 1. So let's say you're in the smallest room going, burpee. I want you to jump sideways. Happy with that? Good, okay. So you're just gonna do a big jump sideways into the next burpee if you don't have much room, which to be fair, is just as killer as doing the 3 side steps, so don't be thinking you're missing out. So start on the extreme end of wherever you may be. No more than 3, okay? Those of you out in the garden, don't be doing 10, okay? Just the 3. Stand by. I've still got 15 seconds, so I'll show you another rep. Out, all the way, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Debatable. Burpee from the side. This is how we look. This is not how we look. None of that, okay? You're gonna hurt yourself. Stand by, go. 1, 2, 3, thereabouts. Be fast. When you're doing your side steps, the body and the pelvis faces forwards, okay? Don't do a side facing shuffle like this, okay? The whole body stays sideways. Boom, fantastic. Your next exercise is, I haven't even shown you, you're gonna go into full press up position. Work with me now, okay? If you can't, drop the knees. Press up. 1, 2, 3. Press up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now if you don't have the room, it's 2 side steps. If it's not, it's 1, okay? But you're doing a press up, each extreme range of that there. If you have to drop to the knees, you drop to the knees, do the press up and you're straight up. When we're moving, keep the core tight, okay? Next exercise, burpee, side steps, go. This will be a bit of a killer. Get the heart rate up. Be fast. Make sure you're jumping those legs all the way out on these burpees, please. No half reps. You don't deserve them. Okay, let's go. Good, so I'll show you again, full press up position. Press up, either full or on the knees. Back to this position, 3 steps to the side. Go, so it's 1, 2, 3, press up. Now when you're doing your side steps, your core stays tight. You do not lift the hips. Do not lift the hips. Do not sag the hips. If you're finding this very difficult, good, okay? Because I am. So when you're going side to side, you maintain this position, okay? We don't lift up, and we most certainly don't sag the hips. Back up we go, burpees, let's do it. Not meant to be easy, so don't be surprised or put off if you're struggling here. Very dynamic. We can't possibly breathe for the work capacity we're putting on. So that's why things start to fatigue fast. That's why things start to burn. Good. So press up, 3 side steps with the full body, press up and back. Go, press up, tight, tight, tight. Do not let that core sag, do not let it lift up. Press up fuller on the knees, whatever's harder for you, but manageable at the same time. What you'll feel here is the arms getting real tired, but this, the core, the whole core unit getting real tired. Let's do it, burpees, we're nearly there. Push it hard, as hard as you did on the first and second round, okay? Don't hold back. You know we're nearly done here. Don't try to catch your breath. And certainly don't try to find a rhythm with your breathing here. It's high intensity, that's the whole point. We can't breathe. We can't get the oxygen in for the capacity. Go for the work capacity that we're giving ourselves. That's why this intensity is short. We couldn't possibly keep this intensity level up for long. Well, we could, but performance would severely go downhill. Nice and tight. Stand up tall. Breathe, okay? So that should have been a tough one for you. Focus on your breathing. Good. Walk around. Don't sit down, okay? So big breath in through the nose, and then 2 big, emptying breaths out. It's going to get your heart rate back down real quick. Good, and I do apologise. I didn't show you the second exercise until it was too late. But you catch the drift, okay? It was pretty easy to do, pretty hard to do, both. Right, who cares? Squats, next. Oh, we're going to do 2 squats, okay? 2 of your best squats, squeezing the hot at the top. The glutes, you're damn right. Okay, so 2 squats. You know what's coming next. 2 tuck jumps. Look at my foot. I am not landing on my heel. I'm landing on the ball of the foot. All that impact is dispersed at the joint of the ankle, not up the hip. Okay, there'll be a lot of people. Boom. If you're landing like that, you're landing flat-footed or on your heel. No, no, no. Up, land soft. Okay, if you have to slow your tuck jumps down, do it. If there's people with injuries, you know what to do. I'm not saying now, because then everybody will start flagging up that they've got an injury. Your second exercise, I'll show you now, before I forget. 2 squats, 2 tuck jumps is your exercise 1. Exercise 2 is beginner. You will do a simple glute bridge with a squeeze. A bit more advanced, you're going to do a glute bridge march. 1 leg straight, the other leg driving. So it's basically a single leg glute bridge. And all that's doing, think about putting more weight on, okay, when you're lifting weights. That's just going to put more weight and strain on 1 set of glutes at a time. So it's going to be harder, okay, than what your normal bodyweight ones are. Let's go for it. Squat 1, squat 2, tuck jump 1, tuck jump 2. Landing soft. This is one to burn the legs out and get the heart rate up. But I want you focusing on the best squats that you can do. No garbage. Good. So we're down, glute bridge position. You're lying flat, you're planting the feet just outside the butt and as close to the butt as you can. If you're doing the ones I'm doing, up, that's your regulars. If you're doing normal, that's how you do it. If we're doing glute marches, that's how we do it. It's just 1 leg up straight, the other leg driving. Don't forget, we're trying to, with the pelvis, tip it towards your face as you go up, and you should feel when you tilt that pelvis, look at me now, when I tilt that pelvis that way at the top, you're going to fire up the glutes more. 2 squats, 2 tuck jumps, go. So when we're doing those glute bridges, you're trying to focus on glute activation. A lot of people have weak inactive glutes, okay? And as a result, when you're doing them, a lot of the time you'll feel the hamstrings are doing more work than the actual butt cheeks are. If that sounds like you, think about the glutes when you're doing the exercise. Okay, let's get down and make sure when you're at the top, you're tilting that pelvis towards your face. Let's go. Now, if you're doing the marches, as in 1 leg at a time, you should still be able to lock out. You should have that strength to lock out. So make sure you're driving that foot hard into the ground. And you're squeezing the butt hard at the top. You're not just going up and down, stand up. You're going up, squeeze the glutes, relax, okay? Up, squeeze the glutes, relax. 2 squats, 2 tuck jumps, take it away. Geez, oh, when did this happen? This is circuit 4 already. Work hard, burn these legs out, but more importantly, good reps, okay? Always, you're trying to build up that muscle memory of good quality reps, always. Whether it's a warm-up, or whether it's a full out, whatever it is you're doing, okay? Always the best reps that you can do. Stand by. Good. Keep working hard, everybody. Doing fantastic. Short and sharp. This is the name of HIIT. This is what I mean by high intensity training. We're pushing ourselves as hard as we can, but we can only manage that intensity for a short period of time because we start to fatigue pretty quickly. So if you're finding this hard, you should be, okay? Doesn't matter how fit you are, doesn't matter how unfit you are. Go, 2 squats. It's about effort level, okay? And every one of these rounds, you as an individual should be putting your all into those 20 seconds. And all that happens is, you're a bit fitter, You can go a bit faster. You're a bit fitter. You recover quicker. That doesn't mean to say that you're not as good. Okay, we can have unfit people pushing themselves and outworking really fit people, which is often the case. Go. People with a high level of fitness, okay, they might look like they're breezing it, because a lot of the time they are. Whereas you'll look at a beginner, knocking their pan in, maybe not doing as well as the fitter person, but they're actually putting in more effort. Okay, so think about that. A lot of people look around them, especially outside. I'm not as good as them, maybe I'm rubbish. Chances are you could be pushing yourself harder than the fittest person in the room. Okay, relax. So that's the hard work done. Okay, to finish off, we're going to do a core finisher. Now remember, with the core, it's one unit. Okay, a lot of people think core and they just think boom, 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 what's going on at the front? Your core is one unit, it works together as a whole. If you just spend all your time doing sit-ups, crunches, etc., you're going to create a severe imbalance. You're going to be strong here, real weak here. Okay, and that's going to start affecting your posture as well. So train your core as one unit. Try to do exercises that are bridging, like your plank movements, okay? Or if you're doing the front, don't forget to do the back. That's why we'll always do Supermans, things like burpees when you're jumping out. You should feel that quality contraction of your core as one unit. Okay, right, get ready. So you absolutely, I don't know if I'm shouting. I think I'm shouting. Okay, I always have to turn the volume down on these when I'm editing the recording. It's like blazing red. Anyway, just get into it that much. You need to be able to see me from where you're sat without having to get up, because I'm showing you exercises as they come. First one, stop laughing at me and get down on the floor. So here we are now. Yes, I'm talking to you, Victoria. Always you. So this is the leg raise. Up and then down, okay? Up and then down. It's a tough one. Stand by. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we're going up, down. Now, lower back should not be curved. This is not a speed game. I want you to keep the legs straight by pushing the knees down and lifting the feet up. Look at the pace I'm going. Up explosively, down under control. We should not be letting these feet rest unless you are a beginner. 3 seconds. Okay, we're only doing each of these once. Okay, so they'll never get done again tonight. Bye-bye. Next exercise, you're on the elbow plank position and you're bringing your opposite knee to the opposite elbow. Get in the position and go. This is tough. It's controlled. Think mountain climbers at the start. Opposite knee to opposite elbow. Only lifting the hips to let that knee through. Pull the knee all the way in and you will feel that core getting torn to shreds with the stress that you're putting on it. Sounds horrible, but it's good. Okay, right, next exercise. It's simple. It's a dorsal raise. Okay, I want you to lie flat, arms at 90 degrees, and all we're doing is lifting up and then down. So up, pull the shoulder blades together, and then down. Up, pull the shoulder blades together, and then down. You can hear my breathing. It's hard because I'm contracting that hard. Pull the elbows back. Feel that lower back and the whole upper back squeezing hard. Good quality contraction. Good. And then down. Fantastic. Good. Next exercise with me here. It's a slow bicycle crunch. 1, 2. Look at my upper back. Is it on the ground? No. Okay. Beginners, you'll maybe struggle with that, but it doesn't mean to say you don't try. More advanced, your shoulder blades are off the ground. I'm going up a steep hill in the hardest possible gear. Drive. Think about keeping this nice and tight. Okay, arms and legs shouldn't be kicking all over the shop. Fantastic. A tough one. Lie on your back. You can sit on your hands if you like. We're going into flutter kicks. Straight legs. Lift them off. Feet together, knees together. Go. So it's heel, toe, heel, toe. If you look at your feet now, heel to toe, your legs are locked out, okay? This movement is the whole leg. You're not just fluttering the feet. The whole leg is moving as one. And again, if you're struggling with that, push the knee down and think about lifting those feet up. Whoa, 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 it's a toughie. You've got this. Try not to give in. If it's burning, good. Your next exercise is a Russian twist, but I want you to put the feet on the floor. Sit like so. Pretend you're holding something. Twist, 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 okay? Now I want you twisting with that object that you're pretending to hold. Okay, it's not the object that's moving, it's you that's moving. Feel that working, okay? Now I want your chest proud. I want your core tight. Biggest mistake people make with these is they sag. Okay, they've got that lower back all sagged. placing a tremendous strain on the lower back, sitting like that, okay? No good. Your next exercise is a pulse. Work with me here. Lie flat on your back as if you're doing a sit-up. Palms up. Look at me now. Pulse. You should be able to do 2 or 3 of these every second. Short, a very short range of movement. Shoulders never on the ground, okay? So it's somewhere between a crunch and a sit-up, okay? But not quite. I've kind of stopped halfway up and I'm just pulsing. It's horrendous. The lactic acid is burning, but I don't care, because secretly I like that feeling. Next exercise, it's an elbow plank just to finish it off. The strictest elbow plank. Don't even wait for the buzzer. Go. Feet together, knees together. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the core, shoulder blades pull together. Do not be a lazy planker, okay? Do not just hold that position by bracing between your elbows and your feet. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the core. And now imagine I've just arrived at your door and I'm going to stand on your lower back without warning. Hit, brace, okay? Keep holding it. Do not put your feet down. The buzzer is for me, it is not for you. Okay, stand up. Okay, so while you're kind of walking around catching your breath, let's talk planks, okay? Let's talk planks. A lot of times people get down and they look like this. Okay, what is that? Okay, that is nothing. That is a complete and utter waste of time. If you hold a plank properly, getting the body nice and parallel, keep the feet together, knees together, squeeze the butt, squeeze the core, and like I say, imagine someone's going to come along and stand on your back, add a bit of an enhanced brace to that. Okay, if you're holding that position and you're going 1, 2, and then you have to get back up 1, 2, okay, you're going to quickly find that over the space of practice, you're going to be holding a solid plank for a minute. If you always default to this position, okay, and you can practice it now, do you feel your core engaged? No, you don't, okay? And a lot of people hold that. So rather than focus on holding a position that's poor for 30 seconds, hold a damn good position. If it's 5 seconds, because that 5 becomes 10, 20, blah, blah, blah. You know how it works. Do it properly, okay? And don't be shy of failing. Failing's good. It really is good. When it comes to exercise in life, we need to fail. That's when we get better, okay? That's us pushing the limits. So hopefully you've done a bit of that tonight. 20 on, 10 off, I like it. Why? Because it's short, sharp, you know what you're getting. You work as hard as you can, okay, and then you're done and you feel good after it, hopefully. Maybe not right about now, but give it maybe 24 hours and you'll be buzzing, I promise you.